Coming up this week on Montclair News Lab. She's Washington's newest superstar. Montclair News Lab travels to Washington to watch Congresswoman Mikey Sherrill in action.
I certainly think there's a way to work with broad coalitions to get great legislation passed for the American people.
We'll go inside a community center in Patterson that helps those in need.
I realized that there were a lot of people that were hungry. There were a lot of people that were having money issues.
And later, a big cheer for Montclair State's cheer and dance teams as they head off for the Nationals.
It is the year that I think that we can actually bring home the title.
Those stories and more coming up now. From the School of Communication and Media at Montclair State University, this is Montclair News Lab.
Hello, and welcome to Montclair News Lab. From the School of Communication and Media, I'm Shayla Baez.
And I'm James Coffey. Each week, we scour the campus, Montclair, and New Jersey to bring you the news and stories we'll be talking about all week. Our top story this week, an up-close and personal look at New Jersey's newest congressional superstar. Montclair's Mikey Sherrill is a freshman in the new Congress. Over spring break, the Montclair News Lab team traveled to Washington to spend time with her in her new congressional office. Louis Biondolillo reports.
Mikey Sherrill is a first-term representative in the U.S. House from New Jersey's 11th Congressional District. Montclair News Lab covered her campaign, her election night, and reached out to her after the election to see if we could tag along with her in Washington. I'm a freshman at Montclair State University, and you're a freshman at Congress. A little bit of a difference, but I know when I started at Montclair, it was a big adjustment for me. So what were some of the adjustments you had to make as soon as you came into Congress?
An adjustment you have to make is you come from your campaign, and it's a very autonomous experience. And you get into Congress, and now you suddenly have to really get the agenda that's good for your district passed. And to do that, you have to form broad coalitions across the caucus, which is really exciting, but different.
Moving into a new home means decorating the office with mementos and knickknacks that remind her of home, as well as moments of her previous life. How does being a mom, being all of these roles, wearing all these different hats, how do you do that all?
And the answer is you don't. When I looked at what was happening in this country and what I wanted for the future of this country, and the fact that I didn't think we were addressing our changing economy in the way we needed to. These were all things that I was very concerned about, and because I have 4 kids and care so much about the future of the country, I knew I needed to run, and I needed to make sure that that my voice was heard about these critical issues.
Keeping up with Sherrill is a challenge. Our interview was cut short because the Congresswoman was late for a confidential meeting of the House Armed Services Committee. She comes to Washington at a time of great divide in the country and lack of confidence in Congress. According to the latest Gallup poll, only 26% of people approve the job Congress does as of March 2019.
I think we also just model it in Congress by focusing on our districts and the pieces of legislation that are really going to affect the day-to-day lives of families. To me, that's always my guidepost. I think when we focus on our families and we focus on their future, we develop more confidence in our legislative system.
At times of increased polarization, how do Democrats like Sherrill work with Republicans?
Oh, I certainly think there's a way to work with broad coalitions to get great legislation passed for the American people. And I think the 11th District is a great representative district of what we need to do in this country. I will say that there's broad agreement on what we need to do for the American people.
Sherrill seems to be handling her freshman year just fine. In fact, Politico magazine called her the most important new woman in Congress. From Montclair News Lab, I'm Louis Biondolillo.
Accompanying Louis was Talon Lauriello and Mary Alex, both members of our Montclair News Lab team.
A community center in Patterson shows how they spread kindness in the community by giving back. Montclair News Lab reporter Melinda DePasquale has the story.
In the heart of downtown Patterson, one center has been a helping hand for the community for over 40 years. Father English Community Center is home to programs like the Food Pantry and the Youth and Teen Program, all under the supervision of the Patterson Catholic Diocese. Alejandro Matias is one of 20 teens who are part of the teen program.
I like coming here to Father English so I can socialize with my friends and play basketball in the gym.
Carlos Roldan started Father English Community Center Food Pantry back in 1993.
I realized that there were a lot of people that were hungry. There were a lot of people that were having money issues.
Today, the food pantry serves around 700 families every month.
When you don't have money to buy food, you don't have money for anything else. Food is the basics.
But the programs at Father English do more than just nourish the body. They nourish the soul.
The programs that I run prevent juvenile delinquency, so we provide for the youth that come to our programs many activities on social skills and life skills.
What do you think responsibility is? What does it mean?
Take care of something.
To take care of something.
It will impact my life in the future to keep me out of the streets and away from gang violence.
We are always looking for donations. We are always asking people to give us whatever they can. Food is priority. Clothing is very important. Baby items, baby diapers, they're very expensive. So whatever they think we can use, they can donate.
The kids like to play pool, they like to play hockey, so we need all types of sports equipment. We also need things for arts and crafts. They like to paint. So we can use many things here.
That spirit of giving is the hallmark of the Father English experience.
No matter who you are, religion, color, race, gender, I don't care.
We're planting seeds for the future.
From Montclair News Lab, this is Melinda DePasquale.
If you want to donate or volunteer at Father English Community Center, you can call the number 973-279-7100. You can also visit the website at ccpatterson.org to check out all of the programs they offer.
It's only been a few weeks since that attack on the two mosques in New Zealand that killed at least 50 people. Repercussions of that attack were felt around the world. Here at Montclair State, students and faculty gathered at the Center for Faith and Spirituality for a discussion on empathy and connection.
It feels good that I'm not the only one with those feelings. It's just such a good relief, talking on a table with positive energy, people listening.
We really want students, faculty, staff to know that this is a supportive community and that we can provide an opportunity to connect with one another and process and support one another.
The organization meets every Thursday at 1 p.m. in the Center of Faith and Spirituality.
Each week, we check in on the campus newspaper, the Montclarian. Let's see how this week's meeting is going.
Hi, my name's Annabelle Reyes. I'm a junior communication and media arts major. I work on the Montclarian. I'm on the video team, and I basically create videos according to articles that we write. Sometimes we do student artist profiles, or in this case, we did a student side hustle. We focused on two students, one Nicholas and one Riste, and they both collaborated to create a business app where basically they help students or former students find jobs on the app. It was a really interesting piece. I got to film them, working together and then developing new ideas, and basically we do pieces like that, and that's how we contribute to the Montclarian.
Hi, my name is Heather Burzak, and I'm the news editor at the Montclarian. This week in news, we recognize 3 Montclair State accomplishments, including 2 recognitions for being a green campus, the Study Away in the USA program being implemented, and finding out that we received the #1 amount of funding from the state for public universities.
Make sure you pick up this week's edition of the Montclarian, which is out every Thursday.
Recently, business students at Montclair State received advice from a man who spent his whole life working toward becoming a CEO. He has advice for students hoping to achieve the same success. Reporter Amanda Eustace has the story.
Sid Wilson is the president and CEO of the Hispanic Association on Corporate Responsibility, also known as HISAIR. He recently visited Montclair State University to give a presentation on his experience working on Wall Street and the economic power of the Latino community in the United States.
Despite Latino economic power, we are very underrepresented. So if you join a company where there is not a lot of Latinos, then that means that you must be that pioneer.
My biggest goal of bringing him is to bring somebody who they can relate to. I wanted somebody who is extremely accomplished, that is respected not only nationally but internationally, but the students can still relate to him as a human being.
His influence, the way he came off, he has no fear. And he went out on a whim and did what he did.
Part of that is making sure that we are increasing the number of Latinos that are succeeding, whether it's in business or in education or in public service or in any other area where they wish to succeed, that I want to be a part of that solution.
Wilson says, regardless of where you come from or what your ethnic background may be, through passion and perseverance, you can achieve your goals. From Montclair News Lab, this is Amanda Eustace.
This August marks the 50th anniversary of Woodstock, the music festival that revolutionized the music industry with its call for 3 days of peace and love. Among the performers are rapper Jay-Z, Miley Cyrus, The Killers, Dead and Company, plus more to celebrate Woodstock 50.
The 3 million square foot mega mall named American Dream is located next to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. It will finally open its doors in August. The mall has been under construction since the fall of 2004. American Dream is expected to open in phases, starting with an indoor amusement park called Nickelodeon Universe, an indoor water park, and an indoor ski slope. After that, high-end retail stores will open in the complex.
The countdown to Daytona is on. This month, Montclair State's cheer and dance teams will head to Daytona Beach, Florida for nationals. Montclair News Lab's Jeremy Wall has the story.
The university's cheer and dance teams head to Daytona Beach, Florida for nationals.
8, 1, 2, 3. We've placed second 3 times, and we've always made finals for these last 13 years. Nationals is actually a competition where teams from across the nation have to qualify through camp or through video. We qualified this year by going to Boston College camp and becoming the first team in that division and also the overall best team in the camp.
For cheer captains Jackie Moore and Odira Okereke, this will be their final time competing in Daytona with the team. Both will be graduating this spring.
It is the year that I think that we can actually bring home the title.
It's almost bittersweet. This is my last year on the Montclair State University team, and I really think we can kill it.
Cheer also has a co-ed team which will be joining the girls team in Daytona as well. This is the first time they will be competing in nationals. The dance team is putting on their shoes as they hope to win another title this year. Last year was their first time and they did well.
We actually took home a national title in Division III team performance.
The heat is on as the ladies continue spinning for another one. Just like Moore and Okereke, dance captain Cassandra Burrell will be graduating in May as well. This will be her 4th trip to the Nationals.
What I'm most excited about this year is to compete one last time with my fellow seniors and also to hopefully regain our title in the team performance division.
Another trip to Daytona is another chance to show they are the best. For News Lab, I'm Jeremy Wall. Who's looking forward to Daytona?
Best of luck to everyone competing in Daytona.
On April 10th, students from the School of Communication and Media are taking a multi-platform approach with a deep dive into immigration, including special programming on WMSE and special articles in the Montclarian, in a 2-hour live edition of Montclair News Lab from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. We hope you'll take part.
Finally today, each week Professor Tom Franklin's multimedia students here at Montclair State University send us a photo of the week. Today's photo comes from Mark Cuso. The photo was taken during a music rehearsal right here at Montclair. Jay, do you play any instruments?
No, I wish.
Follow us on social media, on Twitter at MSU News Lab, Instagram at Montclair News Lab, and on Facebook at Montclair News Lab.
You can also watch and catch up with us on our website, montclairnewslab.tv. Thank you for joining us here at Montclair News Lab. I'm Shayla Baez.
And I'm James Coffey.
Bye.